Obama thing, and how he, first of all, told us to go out and vote, period, was wrong. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us that we should not vote because the voting process don't count. You don't get it's not one man, one vote, and the Electoral College is the ones that put the president in office. It's not us. So the messenger said it's a waste of time. Not only that, the devil is going to always change the game. Once you get up on the game, he changed the rules. Okay, so and that's what politics is. If you look at the word, it says politics. Well, you have poly, which means many, and then ticks, which is bloodsuckers. Right. Isn't that what the messenger taught us? So all you have is a bunch of bloodsuckers, many bloodsuckers in the Congress, many bloodsuckers in the State House. That's all. Sucking the lifeblood of the American people. So, you know, for him to tell us to go vote in the first place was a definite concern. But then I listened to recent Savior's Day speech where Minister Farrakhan is up there telling us that Barack Obama, like Master Farad Muhammad, is biracial. So the Master Farad Muhammad is a savior for the world, and Barack Obama can be a savior for the world because they both biracial. This is idiocy to me, brother. This is just, I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, if you recall during the '84 when he first told us to register to vote with the Jesse Jackson campaign, he started with how Jesse, you know, he could be Chinese, he could be this. He was building that case back then.
Yes, sir.
One thing I've learned, you know, through my life of listening to Minister Farrakhan, he's like a chameleon. He knows how to change who's ever up there. You can listen to that when he campaigned for Harold Washington, Jesse Jackson, or Barack Obama. He didn't really campaign for, but it's the same language. It's the same language.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But, you know, that aside, we now have to, you know, go with the messenger's teachings, go back hard with the messenger's teachings, and get our people up. And one thing that I'm putting emphasis on when I preach sometimes is the fact that our job as followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is to get our people out. This country is going to be destroyed and is being destroyed by Allah. This country, this government is going to be destroyed. The purpose of the Nation of Islam and the purpose of our work as Muslims was designed to try and get our people together so that we can get out, so that we can separate. That's how the basis of the messenger's teachings is unity and separation. He said it's more important to teach separation than it is to teach prayer. That is the basis of his teachings, unity and separation of the people. Because the destruction, even though he said many of our people will not believe and therefore will die during the destruction of this here world. But we as Muslims, you know, when I preach, I don't spend a lot of time on Minister Farrakhan. If you hear my lectures, I go through the whole lectures most often and never mention his name. I don't like Farrakhan bashing, quote unquote. I make it very clear that we do not stand with Minister Farrakhan or believe in the things that he's saying. We believe in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I make that very clear. However, you know, I primarily teach the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, you know, that's pretty much the way I handle things. But, you know, again, that aside, my love for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad extends all the way back, you know, because I was born in Islam. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
And I have never, ever stood with Minister Farrakhan or anybody independent of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Never. Yes. So, you know, we go on with what we're doing. But Allah has blessed us to do a lot of work where our people is concerned.
I wanted to talk about your early history in Newark, New Jersey. If you could take me back and tell me what it was like listening to the Son of Thunder, Minister James, Shabazz, and You know, give me who was the captain and what was going on there?
Well, my father was one of 6 brothers who established Mosque number 25 in Newark. What happened was my father told us that at first it was study groups. It wasn't mosques. A lot of people don't know that. And that at a certain point, he said that they used to smoke reefer before they went down there and then go listen to this new stuff these guys was talking. He said, and at that time, you know, there was a brother by the name of Hassan Kareem, who was the study group leader. And Malcolm later came around, pardon me, with the law, the restrictive law of Islam and the rules and regulations of Islam.
Yes, sir.
That you couldn't drink, you couldn't smoke, you couldn't gamble, no fornication, you know, the restrictive law of Islam. He said most all of them left that was there. He said most everybody left, and it was only 6 brothers that was left. And they rebuilt from there and established Mosque number 25 in Newark. My father actually was one of the brothers that went to Baltimore. Minister James was assigned the city of Newark. The brothers went down there and got a U-Haul drive truck and brought his stuff up here and moved him in. Can't remember the name of the street now, but around the corner off of South Orange Avenue. And we didn't have the mosque on South Orange Avenue at that time. It was on upper where it is now. The masjid is still there. It was down lower. And then that old movie theater where the masjid is now, under Wallace, it was an old movie theater. And the brothers went in there, and the floor was sloped. Right. And they had to build the floor straight and build the rostrum and everything. My father helped do all of that. And then, you know, of course, they established the University of Islam, which I, you know, was a student of and a graduate of the University of Islam. And Minister James Shabazz, brother, a lot of people don't know it, but Minister James Shabazz was one of the most powerful ministers in the Nation of Islam.
Yes, he was.
Make Malcolm look like a kid when it comes to teaching. Minister James Shabazz, you know, to sit and listen to him, it sent chills up and down your spine because, you know, Minister James was in prison with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Right. A lot of people don't know that also. And the messenger revealed things to him about the lessons and his teachings that, you know, others he hadn't revealed it to.
Yes, sir.
And that's why Minister James was such a powerful minister. And Minister James Shabazz, again, like I said, there was great ministers under the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I don't know too many. Brother Abdul Rahman, Brother Kareem on the West Coast, I don't know too many of them. Lucius B.R., they were powerful ministers, but they could not touch Minister James Shabazz when it comes to teaching. And he worked tirelessly to build up the mosque in Newark. And it became one of the largest mosques there in the country. There was a brother who was the captain by the name of John 5X, I believe. And he was the captain for a lot of years in 25 there, and did a good job while the messenger was here.
Yes, sir.
Of, you know, raising or training the FOI, we would say. But there was the Lieutenant George, who was the first officer, and after Brother John was set down, Brother George became the captain. And then, you know, of course, we had the fall of the Nation of Islam and all, and we watched everything break all up.
Right.
So, but the mosque in Newark, number 25, and the believers there, The Honorable Elijah Muhammad loved the spirit of the believers in 25.
No, I know Dr. Salam.
That's
Captain,
right.
He was Leo.
Dr. Leo, that's right.
He was out of mosque number 25.
Yes, sir. That's right. He was a dentist that worked on my teeth.
Yes, sir.
When I was a young boy, he was a dentist, and he had worked on my teeth.